These days, hackers are taking over websites at an alarming rate. Almost every minute, somebody's getting exploited, having their customer data stolen, or ending up in the news. The good news is, if you have our product, you're only a few clicks away from gaining some legitimate protection and drastically reducing the attack surface that you're presenting to attackers. We do that here in Web Server Protection. What we wanted to do is design a web application firewall that anyone could use. And all you have to do is understand where your web servers are and which domains you own. We handle the rest. First, what we're going to do is tell the system that we have a couple of web servers. Here under Real Web Servers, I have Web Server 1 and Web Server 2. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to configure those for my domain. So I click on New Virtual Web Server, and I'll call this My Website. And I'll say that traffic is going to come from the internet on Internet Connection 1. It'll arrive using port 80 on HTTP, and my domain is utmtest.org. Now what I do is I hit apply, and I then tell the UTM that I want to send certain traffic over here to Web Server 1 or Web Server 2. Now if I select both of them, I instantly gain a degree of load balancing, as the system will balance traffic between these two available servers. I then have to choose a protection profile, and in which case I've got a couple already made that we can edit in just a moment, and I'll choose the Advanced Protection one. I'll then turn that on, and now our box is ready to forward traffic to those servers. Under Firewall Profiles is where I can configure the patterns and control the protection that I'm applying to my websites. If I edit them, I can go down a little bit and take advantage of all of these different things that we can do, like blocking visitors that have a bad reputation from our global monitoring system, stopping SQL injection, cross-site scripting attacks, and quite a few more. When I click Save, all of that is instantly applied since I've already put that profile onto those two web servers in charge of my website. From there I can walk away and rest assured that my website is protected. We also have a powerful new reverse authentication feature. That allows you to offload the name and password operation for visitors to your website onto the product. Now what we can do here is go down to reverse authentication and see that I've already made a profile. In this case, my user, Angelo, is going to be able to access a URL only by providing a name and password that the system will prompt me for. So I've set that up to use a front-end mode of basic. I can also choose some fancy form-based, which will show me a very nice logo and some other things I can create myself within the product or upload. When I'm all set, I click Save. And from there, all I have to do is direct the traffic to that special URL, so it will prompt me for authentication. If I come back to Web Application Firewall, I create a special site path route. Now we have one already that sends all of the traffic to Web Server 1 and Web Server 2, but we need to make a new one for our authentication. So let's call this the auth path, and I'll say the virtual web server is my website, which we've already configured, and the path is /home/site/auth. The reverse authentication profile is the one I just made, and to which of these web servers should it apply? Well, I'm lucky that I've got it on both of them because they're synchronizing back and forth between each other on the back end. So I click Save, and I get a small alert that sending unencrypted credentials across the network is not necessarily a good idea, but because I trust my own network, I'll go ahead and say OK. And from there, I've now created a site path that will create my user and cause me to be authenticated. And from there, I'll now find that my user is going to be able to log in against the pop-up box that will trigger me when I visit home site auth on my website, and all the other users will be able to use the rest of the website just fine without needing to authenticate. So now we see that not only can we protect your websites, but we can also secure authentication operations so that hackers aren't able to come in through the firewall, land on the web server, and then probe your defenses up close and personal.